Right. Finding the perimeter of a sector of a circle. So we're now going to check how do we find the perimeter of sector of circle, which is really an easy thing because now we've learned how to find an arc length, and once you have uh, uh, once you have obtained the arc length, it's easy to find perimeter simply by just adding the both radius as well, both radius. For example, you can see to obtain the perimeter of a sector of circle, the arc length and the length of the two radii by which the sector is bounded should be added together. So as you can see in this given sector here, there is an arc length, two radii, one radii here and one radii here, right? So how do you calculate them? Simply we know perimeter means you have to add all the outer lines of a figure, right? So you can see here the perimeter of sector is equals to what? Is equals to arc length and the two radius, or simply you can just arc length plus 2 times the radius. 2 times the radius gives you the same answer, right? Therefore, the perimeter of sector of circle of radius r with angle at the center theta is what? Theta over 360 into 2 pi r plus 2 r. So remember, this is the perimeter formula. You need to first find the arc length. Now you can see theta over 360 into 2 pi r is for what? To find the arc length. Then you can see the addition of 2r is to find the perimeter. So here you can see an example. The figure denotes sector of a circle of radius 21 centimeter with an angle at the center of 120 degrees and find its perimeter. So first you need to find the arc length, and you know that formula. It's 120 over 360, or simply if you're good at maths and you know that the circle, and the circle, if you divide into 3 parts, you will get 120 degrees as for one part. So it's, if you're taking in short form, it's in fraction 1 over 3 into 2 pi r. You can do it that manner as well, or if you are not sure of yourself, it's totally fine. You can go along with the given degree, 120 over 360 and 2 pi, yeah, multiplied by 2 pi r, and then you will get the arc length only is 44 centimeters. So what about the perimeter? Since one radius is 21 centimeter, the other is also 21 centimeters. So hence 2 times 21, or 21 plus 21 plus 44 gives you the answer 86. So the perimeter of this sector is 86 centimeter. Right, so now we can do exercise 1.2. And please do note, I believe your teachers at school even told you this, but in exercise 1.2, the question number 1, it says what? Find the arc length of each of the sectors given below. Please cut arc length. You should be cutting this arc length, right? Cut arc length, and it should be what? Perimeter, right? It should be perimeter of each of the sectors given below. It's a small printing mistake there. So please do fix that mistake, and I hope your teachers at school told you to do so, right? So let's find the perimeters of each of these about, right? So in question number 1, what can you see? There is question number 1, the I part, right? So we have been given a sector that is 14 centimeter diameter, right? So automatically you should know radius means the half of a diameter. That means 7 on each side. And to find the perimeter, right? You need to first find the arc length. So please try to do all of this, and I will provide the answers shortly with small explanation of them as well. And in question number 2, you can see it says to find the radius of the sector. You need to find radius of these given sectors below, that is the part 1 and part 2. When the angle at the center, which is here, when the angle at the center is 180, the perimeter is 180. So such questions, when they are given like this, I mean, doing maths means you should be able to find other things as well. If 2 properties are given, how to find the other property. So that's what we are doing in question number 2 and 3. Right, so please take some time. It won't take 10 minutes. But yeah, do this one, and I will provide the answers after it. Right. So the question 1, the first part. So what, like I said, what we do to find the perimeter, we first need to find the arc length, right? So what is the arc length? Arc length is equals to theta over 360. In that case, what is our theta here? Our theta is, it's, you can see it's a half sector, basically a half circle. So it is 180 over 360 into 2 into 22 over 7 into 7. So obviously we know what to do in this step. So when you go to the next step, what happens? 7 and 7 get cancelled, so it's just 1 and 1. In here, obviously 180 is 1, it's basically half, right? So we know it's a half circle. 1 over 2 into 2 into 22, 2 into 22. So in here you can cancel 2 and 2, and you will be remaining with 1. And then, so what is remaining? Only 22 centimeter. So you know the arc length is now 22 centimeter. So next we need to find what? The perimeter now. Perimeter. So what's the perimeter in here now? So since we have found the arc length, perimeter should be easy. Perimeter is what? Just 22 plus 14. Right? Why 14? Because you need to add the diameter. Or in what we have learned, that is twice of the radius is 7. 2 times the radius is 40. So what will be our answer here? It's going to be 36 centimeter. Right. So this is the answer for the question number 1, first part. Right, now moving on to the first part of question number 1, second part. So now we have been given a quarter radius. It's visible because you can see there is a 90-degree angle that's mentioned there. So obviously that means what? If you take the tan theta, it is 1 by 4. Okay, so that makes it easier for us to calculate. So let's see. So what is our arc length formula again? So like I said, it's 90 degrees, so it's 1 by 4 times the formula 2 into 22 7 into what was our radius? 40. So how do you solve this? Again, cut 7 times 1, 7 times 2 is 40. Then 2 times 1, 2 times 2 is 4. You can cut this again, 2 times 1, again 2 times 11. So we are left with what? Only 11 centimeter as our arc length. So now the perimeter is what? Simply arc length plus the radius, double of the radius. So we have 14 here. So what is the double of the radius? It is 28. 28. So then what will be our final answer? 11 plus 28, that is 39. 39 centimeter. So this is our perimeter, this is our arc length. Right. So now for the third one, in here we have been given a degree, an angle value. That means in our theta, we have to replace theta with 60-degree angle, right? So shall we do that? So we have now 60-degree over 360 is our arc length formula. Remember that. 2 into 22 over 7 into what's our radius again? 21. So let's do the cuttings. 0 and 0 cut, right? 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 6 is 36, right? 7 times 1, 3, 7 is 21. So in here you have two choices. You can cut 2 and 6 or 3 and 6. I believe cutting, yeah, for me this way is easy. 3 times 1, 3 times 2 is 6. So then I'm going to cut. So what's remaining? Only 22 centimeter. Right, so perimeter, really easy. Guess what? 22 plus 21 double, that is 42. Right? And your final answer should be 64 centimeter. So I guess we did that as well. We found the arc length and the perimeter. Right. Then the question number 1, the last one. Now in here we have a reflex angle. So it's not a big issue. Still, we are going to apply the same formula. Let me just keep the radius in my mind so I don't have to come again. It is 7 centimeter, right? Okay. Yeah, so theta was what? 200 degree over 360 into 2 into 22 over 7 into 7. Right? Okay, so then yeah, cut zeros. Right? 7171. Okay. So now we have a 20 over 36. So I believe you can only cut this with 2 times 10, 2 times 80 times 18. Then again, you can still cut 2 times 5, 2 times 9. Is there any more to cut? All right. Yeah, I guess that's it. And then we just have to multiply and get the answer. So 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 2 is 10. And then 10 into 2, 22 is 220. Then 220 divided by 9. There's a 9 here. So it is 24.4. So we're getting a decimal answer. It's 24.44. Not exactly a one answer, right? Anyways, it's fine. Decimals do count. So what's the perimeter? So it's just 24.44 plus double of the radius, that is 40. So what will we get? It's 38.4 centimeter. Please do make sure you write your centimeters, huh? Otherwise your teachers will be like 24 what the course out of the right. So now we are going on to the second question. So in second they have asked you what? Find the radius of the sector. So now we need to find the radius. No. Find the radius of the sector. So the first part, when the angle is the center 180 degrees and the perimeter is 180 centimeter. So we have been given what? We have given an angle and we have been given the perimeter. So like I said, it's best we can just go with our what do you call? Best we can start off with the arc length, right? Yeah, the arc length. So that question. Vestibular question number 2. So we have been given the degrees, that is 180 over 360 is equals to, sorry, not equals to, times 2 into 22 over 7 into r, right? We don't know the radius, no? They asked to find, yeah. So let's solve this. No, so 180, 360 means just automatically half. 2 cut 2 cut, so it's 111. So our answer is what? 22 over 7 into r. That's it. 22 over 7 r. So this is our arc length for now, right? So now when you go to the perimeter, they have given you a perimeter. No? The perimeter is given as what? 180 centimeter. So we can just go down. 180 centimeter is equals to, now what is the formula of perimeter? Arc length plus the radius, no? So it's arc length 22 over 7 into r plus double of the radius. Double of the radius. Now, obviously, you cannot at once shift this number 7 to the other side because you know it's you can see here it's a plus, right? So you have to first solve that and then do the remaining. So how do you do that? So we know that imagine under these kinds of circumstances there is an imaginary one under the what do you call, the number that doesn't have a denominator, right? So how to solve these kind of thing? You need to have what? The denominators must be same. So we have 7 on one side. So it's easy. You can just multiply this whole thing by 7, right? So our final, in that manner, the final output should come as 22 over 7r plus what? 27 is 14r over 7. Or simply you can just simply I could have done like this. So it is over 7. Right. So what will be the answer in here? So it is 180 equals to 22 plus 14 plus 4 is 6 and then 36. No, 36 r over 7. Okay. Now what? Now you can take the 7 off the other side. So it's going to be 180 into 7 is equals to 36 r. So 180 into 7, 180 into 7, it's 1260. 1260 equals to 36 r. So now you can do what? 1260 divided by 36, because now the r remains the same. So now when you divide this by 36, you should get your radius as what? I got my radius as 35. Goodness. 35 r. So what happened? The final output was what? The radius they gave me was 35. So 35 is the radius for question number 2, first part. Right, so now the question number 2, second part. When the angle at the center is 120 degrees and the perimeter is 43 centimeter. So like I said, 120 degrees means 1/3 of the sector. Okay. Have to do erase all this. E. Question was second part, right? Okay. 120, like I said, so you need to have 1 over 3 into 2 into 22 over 7 into radius is unknown, so we leave it as r. Okay, so we don't have anything to cut here. Yeah, nothing. So we have to solve our get our arc length. So multiply the top, that is 44 over 37 is 21. Okay, and oh yeah, don't forget the r. So it's 44 over 21 r. Right. So the perimeter. What's the formula? So arc length. Sorry, we have the perimeter. Yeah? What is it? 143 centimeter. So it's 43 centimeter equals to the arc length 44 over 21 r into twice of the r, that is 2r. So, oh, I made a mistake. So multiply, it's plus. Okay, so like again you cannot take your 21 to the other side. So you can, here there is 1, you can multiply this whole thing into 21. That leaves you with 43 over 44 over 21 r plus, oh no wait, 44 over 21 down here. So it is 21 times 2, that is 40. Or 2 r. So when you add these, you will get. So what happens when you add these, you will get 86, right? 86. Yeah, 86 r over 21. Now, when you multiply 21 into 43, because why? This thing now 2 goes up here, no? So 43 times 21 is equals to 86 r. So what is 43 times 21? Use the calculator for these stuffs. 43 times 21 is 903. 903 and 86 r. Okay. Now 903 divided by 86, and we should get the radius. So 903 divided by 86, it is 10.5. So we're getting a decimal answer, that is 10.5 centimeter, which is the radius. Okay, so that's the radius for this question. Right, so now we have come to the last question of the topic, that is question number 3. Find the angle at the center of the sector. So in the first part, you can see we have been given the perimeter, when the perimeter is 64 centimeters and the radius is 21. So it's still not much of a change. You can still use the same formatting. So what is the arc length formula? It is we have not been given, right? So it's just tan theta over 360 into 2 into 22 over 7 into the radius. The radius is what? We have been given radius, sorry. What was the radius? 21. Right. So we can cut where necessary. 2 times 1, and then here it's 180. 7 times 1, and 3 times 7 is 20. 1. And you can also cut these. 3 times 60 is 180. 3 times 60 is 180, and then here you can cut more. 2 times 11, 2 times 30. Yeah, that's it. So we'll be left with what? 11 over 30 theta. So 11 theta over 30. Now we'll take the perimeter. So what perimeter is 64? 64 equals to the arc length, that is 11 theta over 30 times twice the radius. Radius is 21. So twice the radius, sorry, it's not multiplied, it's plus. So twice the radius is what? 42. Right. Right, so what can we do now? So now, since we don't have any, what do you call, like, you don't have to keep the denominators same in here because we have nothing to move on the other side. We're not finding the radius this time. We are finding the degree, the angle at the center. So what can you do? Right. So you can easily shift the 42 to the other side. Then you will get what? 64 minus 42. So you are remained with 11 theta over 30. No? So 64 minus 42, I will get 22, as I believe, yeah, 22. Yeah, 22 equals to 11 theta over 30. Now I think, yeah, you can multiply 30 and 22. 22 and 30 is equals to 11 theta. So what is 11 times 30? I don't know. So we're going to use calculator. 2 times 30, that is 660. 660, 11 theta. 660 is equal to 11 theta. Then we now know what to do from here. It's 660 divided by 11 and we'll get the theta. So what is 660 divided by 11? I got 60 degree. So what is the angle of at the center for now? What we got was 60 degrees. So please do that. So now let's do the second question of question number 3. Second question of question number 3, right? What is it? When the perimeter is 53 and the radius is 21, so the same radius. So you remember the arc length we got for that kind of the same radius? It was okay, I also forgot to estimate. It was, yeah, 11 theta over 30, no? Yeah. 11 theta over 30. Yeah. You don't have to go into, I mean, in your notebooks, like if you're writing in your answers, please calculate the arc length, but I'm doing this so I can save time. 11 theta over 30, because it's the same radius as before. Over 30. But the perimeter is changed, right? What is the perimeter? It is 53. So we just have to substitute. 53 is equals to 11 theta over 30 times twice of the radius. That is what? 42. So why do I always keep putting multiply here? It's plus. Okay. Right, now that's done. Now do the same way. Take 42 to the other side. 53 minus 42. And then that's equals to 11 theta over 30. So 53 minus 42, I will still get 11. Oh yeah, it's just 11. Yeah, 11. And 11. Okay. Over 30. So 30 to the other side, that is 11 times 30. It's got theta. And what will you get the answer? It is 330. Theta. So 330 over 11. That's what you will get the theta by 30. You will get 30 as the answer. And that is it. Hope you understand this part of the topic. That is what? Finding the perimeter. And obviously to find the other properties as well. Using these perimeter and area. Using the perimeter and the arc length. That is to find radius or angle at the center. Right? So please practice some more questions. You can always find it in Google, wherever. Just keep on practicing these. Because they will come for your O-levels as well. They still come, I do. Most of my students also face these kinds of questions. Anyways, study well, and I will I think the next topic is what? Yeah, the perimeter of plane figures containing sectors of circle. It's too easy, nothing much. It's really easy, right? Right, I will do the next lesson and upload it at a later time.